Ladies and gentlemen, it is the top of the hour. Please give me your undivided attention. My name is Joe. I will be the intro taker here this morning. And I would like to welcome all of you to the Peter Wolfing Masterclass every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You will find us here. Now, Peter Wolfing is the founder of Multiplex Systems, which is redefining the way network marketing is done in this digital age. Peter's programs are responsible for empowering over 2 million people around the world, and he's responsible for distributing over $450 million in spendable commissions over the last 3 decades. Peter is the author of 2 best-selling books on the topic of network marketing, and along with Brian Tracy, he's co-authored a new book being released this spring titled Will to Win. Most recently, Peter founded a not-profit organization called WizKids that is designed to empower children, teens, and preteens. Ladies and gentlemen, please give your undivided attention to Mr. Peter Wolfing. Peter, the floor is yours.
Hey, Joe, thank you so much. And thanks, everybody, for coming on this call on a Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning, depending on where you are in the world. We have people from Europe and all over the place. We have a special guest speaker I'll introduce later on. He's calling from Europe. And we'll be talking about offering travel incentives for people so you can generate more leads, better quality leads, upsells, and, be able to close more sales. So we'll bring that up a little bit later on in the call. As I do often, not every single week, I start the call, but I start covering the mindset part of the call because that's 90% of the call, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing today. And I promise not to get all religious on you because that's not who I am and that's not how I operate. But many of the things I do talk about have a connotation like that. But it's really to prove a point. But it's really also to map out a rational way to think about how things are organized, how you can look at things, how to be able to get your mindset right so that this way you can be more effective out there in the sales world, whether it's network marketing, online marketing, or whatever you're doing. Because being at 90% of what you're doing is mental, then you might as well look at that and say, well, where should I put my time? At the 10% or the 90%? So if I'm able to tweak myself 1 or 2 or 3%, well, that's going to multiply my effectiveness of the 10%, 30, 40, 50%. You know what I mean? So you don't have to have a quantum leap, just a little leap, just a little frog leap to be able to get yourself in the right mindset, to be able to think about things differently. So talking about thinking, it's really true that most of us don't do much original thinking. We tend to think from the thought-informed patterns we've either been taught or established as we were growing up. And a lot of that comes to us through the media and what the world thinks, also from our parents, our teachers, and from people really of influence in our life from when we're young and when we really weren't able to really have original thinking from ourselves, and they kind of molded the way we look at the world, the way we think, right? Now, if you could take a thermometer to the world's temperature, okay, the general thinking of the tone on this entire planet that we have, what do you think that would be? What do you think that would be? The general tone of the planet? Probably competition, scarcity, and fear, right? Wouldn't you think? Toxic news, competition, scarcity, and fear. Most people are dominated by these frequencies of thought, these 3 frequencies, competition, scarcity, and fear, and they're just trying to get by because they can't help but be influenced by the media and other people that are also dominated by competition, scarcity, and fear, right? Everybody wants his or her life to be a little bit better, but they're just trying to get by because, unfortunately, you don't know what you don't know, and it's just the way it is, The Dalai Lama said everybody wants to be happy. No one wants pain. But most people don't know how to be happy, right? They don't know that they have the right to choose and that they can choose. We get to choose what we focus on and what we put our attention on. That's why it's so important, and I mentioned many times on my calls here, to write down your 6-month vision. What is your 6-month vision? It's hard to know where you want to go if you don't even know where you want to go, right? I highly encourage that you do that. Sit down and think about it, okay? Invest yourself in your 6-month vision. Really think about it, right? You want to update it. Make it into an alive document. Make it into an alive making vision, something that's going to be molded every single day, week, month, and change over time as you become aware of different things, right? Make it something that's really potent, that you think about it all the time, right? That you picture yourself being there all the time, right? It's the life that you really, really, really want to live, okay? That's vitally important. What life would you really, really want to live? And that's going to be on your 6-month document. Okay, now, when I start to go through what I'm going to talk about today, these points are going to become apparent. Okay? In the Bible, it says, in the beginning is the Word. The Word is actually a vibration. Right? Give your mind a rich and powerful image to work that kind of rests from inside of you and say, wow, I would really love that life. When you're thinking about your vision, think about it. I would really, really love that life. So you want to try to become in harmony with what you want to have from what's coming up inside of you to that vision, okay? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word is actually a vibration. Every one of us has an inner being that's what we call our authentic self on the inside of who we really are, right? It's our real self. And we don't really make it apparent to most people. Very few people other than ourselves know who you really are on the inside. But you do know, okay? And around that being of who you are on the inside, the inner part of you, you form a personality, right? And you have a living soul, that type of thing. And we're just living in a physical body at this point, right? So you have 3 forms, right? I said this many times. Spiritual, mental, physical. There's 3 different forms here that we're talking about. Now, in the physical form, we have 5 senses that we live in harmony with our life here in the physical realm that we're in, okay? So we have these 5 senses. So we take these 5 senses and we deal with what's around the world with us, and but that's only in one part of who we are, mental, spiritual, physical, but that's only through the physical. But we do get the choice of what we think about, and the frequency of the life gets created from our thought patterns of what we think about, okay? So, and you think about your business many times, and how can somebody be more successful than you and they probably have a better attitude, right? And that's all just thought patterns and thinking and correct. So that's why they say 90% of your business is all mental, right? And that's going to influence everything else that you do, because it's going to influence your posture, right? It's going to influence how you talk to people, what you say to people. All these different things are going to influence your prospecting business in your network marketing business. Okay, so the problem is that we go through most of our life using a frequency of thought that's all habitual, meaning we don't think about it. That's why I said at the beginning, in that we do very, very little original thinking. It's just regurgitated thinking from all the time we were born throughout your whole life. Right? It's just regurgitated thought, and you're just going through, sleepwalking through life, just regurgitating the same frequency of thought that you're thinking about all the time. The challenge is to become aware of that, and then this way, from the awareness of you understanding that, because most people don't even know that, then you can start making conscious decisions to start to tweak it. So your habitual thought forms are determined by what frequency you hang on to and what's renting space in your mind. Okay, what's renting space in your head right now, right? What energizes you? What you focus on all the time? What you pay attention to all the time? What you get interested in all the time? So what you focus on is really what's influencing whatever you're thinking about in your mind. Most of us have been trained to be interested in drama, right? In dramas like scarcity, all these different things I talked about before. So we start to put our attention on the problems, and we try to get rid of the problems by focusing on them. But what happens is, because you focus on them, you attract more of them to you, right? So you're really having an opposite effect by focusing on getting out of debt and things like that. Now, whether you believe in God or not, the universe operates on natural law and must have order to function. Okay, so there are natural laws to the universe. I think we can all agree on that. Without order, there would be chaos. Right? Can we agree on that principle? Without order, there would be chaos. Now, one of the universal laws is the transmutation of energy. And I know it sounds all scientific, which it is. It's quantum physics. right? Energy basically is not destroyed. It's just flows from one form to another, okay? Energy flows, and it's kind of, each thing has a different thought pattern to it and a different frequency pattern to it, whether it's physical or mental or what you think about. So your dreams are a different form, okay? It's what you're thinking about, but anything that you see around you, whether it's a building, whether it's a product, whether it's something, started out as an idea, and then it becomes physical by them thinking about it, okay? Now, the natural law of the universe sends energy to where we put our attention. And if our attention is what's constricting us, that's where the energy goes. There's an author by the classic book, As a Man Thinketh. His name is James Allen. And he says, a man is literally what he thinks, right? Now, the concept here is what I'm putting my attention on, the universe thinks is my intention. What I put my attention on, the universe thinks is my intention, because that's how it works in the universe. If you're holding images of a problem, or you say something like this, I don't want this, I'm so tired of this problem, I don't want it anymore, no one's going to sign up in my MLM business, no one's interested in my MLM business, or why is this recruiting stuff so hard, guess what's happening? You're supercharging that in your mind and attracting more of it to yourself, because it's just physics. That's the way energy works. It goes and it comes towards things that are like to it. Okay, so where your focus goes, your energy flows. The part of your mind that broadcasts is what we call deductive. It broadcasts a dominant energy of who you are, and which in that case, what I just gave you before, is lack, limitation, scarcity. Nobody's interested. This is too hard. That type of thing in your prospecting. Have you ever had that mental thought in your head? Oh, this is no hard. Nobody's interested. Why is nobody signing up? And it's like a mental energy that you have that you're broadcasting out, which is attracting more to you. Okay, so I told you this had a step-by-step psychology to it, right? Because it's all working together. All right. So where your focus goes, your energy flows. And so what you have to do is you have to flip the energy by flipping the thinking of what you're doing, and thus start to attract the right energy instead of the wrong energy. All right. So if you're thinking, I don't want that, quote unquote, I don't want that, that's the specific energy that you're doing, you're creating in physics a magnetic field around yourself, attracting more of that problem to yourself, right? And it becomes concentrated after a while because that's what you're thinking, okay? Many times people that are stuck in poverty, they have the poverty mentality, and that's why it stays over generations, because that's the dominant force of the thinking of that area, because it's a scarcity, it's poverty, it's why is it happening to me? The man's doing it to me. The government's doing it to me, right? That's what's happening. Let me tell you a little story. In the 1940s, the Dead Sea Scrolls were discovered in an area located near Jerusalem where there was a lot of little mountainous caves. And a shepherd boy who was tending the sheep started throwing rocks in the caves. When he heard something break in one of the caves, he crawled into it, and he found a shattered jar, and inside of it was a scroll. So he took the scroll to Bethlehem and traded it for a new pair of sandals. The shopkeeper used it, or one of the scrolls, to warm his fire at night, if you can believe that. Somehow the next day goes, and the story varies here, but somehow it went into the hands of a person who realized it was a 2,000-year-old document. And as a result, people went to the Dead Sea Scroll area where they discovered a number of different scrolls written in the time of Jesus. Now, you might notice that sometimes when I talk about these different things, I quote different things from the Bible, scriptures, and just from wise men everywhere, okay? And one of these hidden scrolls was called the Gospel of Thomas. Because of its writing, it never made it into the Bible. Now, in the Gospel, Jesus is quoted as saying, if you bring forth what is within you, it will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, it will destroy you. Let me say that again. If you bring forth what is within you, it will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, it will destroy you. Let me talk about that for a second in kind of a metaphysical point of view, okay? Now, if you bring forth what's seeking to express itself as your dream on the inside, think about what your dream is, your vision statement I mentioned before. If you want to bring forth that out, right, if you bring forth, and as it says in the Bible, a stream of living water, it's going to save your life. You have to bring it out from the inside, otherwise that's going to save you, right? Life is going to get better. It's going to get easier. It's going to get more wonderful, right? Because you're taking the dream on the inside of yourself and expressing it throughout you. And they say, desire is an unexpressed possibility seeking to come out from within you, right? And it's almost like giving birth to your idea, right? So there's a feeling inside of you, that dream, and like I said before, wow, that would be the life that I would really want, right? And it's natural to feel that way. Unfortunately, it's not normal for most people because most people are stuck on the wrong thought pattern or frequency, and they've lost what the dream is on the inside, right? It doesn't mean that this whole process isn't without a learning curve, right? If it happens, there's going to be problems. You learn how to deal with the problems. But in general, things start to get easier. Your relationships, in your business, your recruiting starts to get easier. Life gets easier over time because the proper energy is flowing through you because you found that dream and you're seeking to express that dream and you're not just sleepwalking through life. Now, he goes on and says, if you don't bring forth what is within you, it's going to destroy you. What does he mean by that? You're going to keep on breathing, of course. You'll continue to walk through your day, but your aliveness factor shuts down. You're just going to go through the motions, sleepwalk through life, but you're going to be in the shallow part of the stream of life. You're not going to be in the deep current where all the fun happens. And all the great experiences that happen in the deeper end of the pool or the stream, stream of life, as they say. And life becomes a struggle. Everything happens to you all the time. And I'll cover that later on if I have time. So you have to be able to see that as a way to express what's inside of you. And again, this all resonates to what we're talking about as far as our business and bringing forth that dream from inside of you. That dream, your why, has to be so strong that you become bulletproof. Because if that why is not strong and you're just going to do this for the money, as soon as somebody says boo, you're going to quit. It's sad to say, but you're going to quit. Okay, so you have to become aware of your dreams and your desires that are resident inside of you and nurture them so you give birth to them physically. If you're on any one of my mentorship trainings, you often hear me talk about one of the universal laws called the law of gestation. Everything has its own time to incubate or to give birth. For a baby, we all know it's 9 months. And your dreams also have a gestation period. But most people never give birth to their dream because you're born to win, but you're conditioned to lose. And you start to think small. And your dreams get buried deep inside of you because you stopped feeding your dream a long time ago. Now, just like a mother knows that, she has to consume the right food for the baby to grow inside of her to be a healthy baby, boy or girl, the same thing happens with our senses, sight, ear, sight, that type of thing. You have to feed your dream properly for it to grow, and you have to give it fuel for it to grow. Just like you're feeding your dream, are you feeding it with toxic media, with scarcity? Are you feeding it with that type of food? Well, it's probably never going to give birth. Everybody's dream will give birth in its own time if it does at all. I'm doing a project right now. It took me 30 years to finally give birth because I wasn't ready, right? All these experiences that I had to keep on feeding it, and it finally gave birth after 30 years. I just started a not-for-profit last month. It took me 10 years to be in the right place in my life, the right thinking that I had, meet the right people to give birth to a nonprofit organization called WizKids. We go in there and we teach kids entrepreneurial concepts, things like that. And I just wasn't in the right place to make that happen. So my gestation period was 10 years, plus also the years before that where I had to kind of learn my craft, right? So all you can do is to continue to feed your dream, and when the time is right, you'll know it. the thoughts and ideas and responses to the prospects that you have are going to all of a sudden come out. You're going to be talking to a prospect, and because you've been feeding yourself with the right information, getting on calls like this, getting on calls from your company, reading good books, listening to good things, and all of a sudden you're going to talk to a prospect and you're going to think to yourself, wow, where did that come from? How did I say that? It just came out, right? And you're going to start to talk differently and act differently and walk taller, and you're going to start to speak with confidence and aliveness that's going to cause people to be attracted to you instead of repelled from you. Interesting. As I said, all of this starts to kind of flow together. If you start really thinking about it, it has a logical component to it. So what you allow in your senses influences you greatly, and what you think about, you bring about. Are you happy with the output that you currently have in your network marketing business? How about your life? How about your relationships? Right? It's basically the law of cause and effect. Emerson said it's the law of laws, the law of cause and effect. It's not some airy-fairy stuff. It's quantum physics. You are the causal factor of your results, not somebody else, not the government. Take responsibility for yourself. It's not your sponsor. It's not the company. All of that has, some component to it, but ultimately you are the causal factor of your results. And maybe you're thinking, well, wow, gosh, I'm dreaming of a bigger house and and I want to be debt-free, and I want to have enough money so I can choose to do what I want to do when I want to do it, right? And remember, your dream is to not get rid of your debt. It's to not get rid of your debt, because if you think about, I got to get rid of my debt, guess what's happening? You're attracting more debt to you. Your dream should not be to get rid of your money problems. As crazy as it sounds, your dream should not be to get rich. It should not be to get rich. What I'm outlining here is your dream is to have freedom and flow of this energy, and then it'll happen, right? Everything is energy. I mentioned that before. Your dream is to become harmonious with this energy to pull it to you. Okay, you don't get rich, you make it welcome in your life. Did you get that? You don't get rich, you make it welcome in your life. If there's a law of attraction, right, and there's success and abundance and riches out there, and your house, meaning your body temple, your house is thinking scarcity, poverty, why is it happening to me? If that's out there and you open the door for it to welcome it into your house, would it come in? Probably not. If you were not welcome in somebody's house, would you go in? I wouldn't. So why would success, abundance, and riches come into your house if your mental faculty is not there? So you have to be able to change that mental construct of your mind and how you're thinking, and it doesn't happen overnight. But you have to start guarding what goes into your mind, into your head, into your brain, into your eyes, into your ears, who you're hanging out with, what you're doing on social media. You got to guard it like a pit bull. And you got to replace it with positive, uplifting things. And so this way you have an all-consuming, burning desire, like Napoleon Hill says, and think, grow rich. Does that make sense? So you have to have a very clear mental image in your 6-month plan. Almost like to be an artist. You got to paint it, be there, think about it, live it, breathe it every single day. And in conclusion, I'm just going to cover just 4 things really quickly. Be about 5 minutes, and then we'll bring on our guest speaker. I'm sure you've all heard of the law of attraction. The law of attraction was really big in the movie The Secret a number of years ago. Well, there's actually, in my humble opinion, there's 4 levels of attraction. The first level is life is happening to me. Okay, life is happening to me. So the first level is to me. Your major feeling is victimhood. And I mentioned this earlier in the call we're doing today. There's almost no power in this state because you're a victim. You have no power. You're just a victim of everything's happening to me. The man's doing it to me. My sponsor's doing it to me. The company's doing it to me. Nothing's happening right. It's all somebody else's fault. Blame it on somebody else, right? It's a very low amplitude vibrational frequency, and it attracts more of that to it because anything harmonious with that is going to attract to it. So you're going to get more victims around you, right? And you get around many people and you start talking, yeah, that's right, they did it to me. It's never your fault. It's always somebody else's fault, right? Now, the second level is life is happening by me. So there's to me, and the second one is life is happening by me. So now you're kind of upping the frequency of thought a little bit. Now, life is happening by me. And here you begin to think and realize, wow, I actually get to choose my own thoughts. And that's what we're trying to do here on this call. I mean, this is like a crash course, guys. I do these over dozens and dozens and dozens of hours, okay? This is like a crash course, 30 minutes. But you get to choose how you react to things. You become responsive and not reactive to things, right? You become responsive and not reactive to things, and you start to choose your own thoughts. This is the initial stage that starts to be really empowering to you, right? And this way you start to see, hey, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm a human being. I'm different than animals out there. I get to choose what's happening to me. I get to respond and not to just, react instinctively. Now, the third level is life is happening through me. So there's to me, by me, through me. And through me, we realize that we can attract the kind of freedom and this flow of aliveness that comes with it. We can attract the type of people that we'd love to have on our team in our network marketing business. You can start to attract those types of people. And how do you do that? You attract the type of people that you want to work with by how you become yourself. Who would they want to be attracted to? How about try this exercise? Make a list and put down in bullet points what you think the perfect sponsor would be. Who would you be attracted to be the perfect sponsor? And then flip it around and say, am I that number one? Am I that number two? Am I that number three? Am I that number four? What do I need to do to become that myself? And then you're going to start to attract people to you. Again, it doesn't happen overnight. It's not a magic bullet, not a magic pill. But over time, this starts to change your thought pattern, your frequency. You're becoming who you're supposed to be. That's going to attract people to you. If you want to go on a date with a guy or a girl, right? And you have this mental picture of the perfect girl you want to be with. I'm going to use a girl here, okay? Perfect girl you want to be with. And who's your perfect soulmate, right? Put it down on a piece of paper. Now, put next to it, write down, why would she be attracted to you? And if you don't think she should be attracted to you, then you're going to have problems, right? So now you have to say, okay, what would she be attracted to? And you have to become that. It's the same thing in prospecting. Being a sponsor, being a leader, being a top person in your business. What would people be attracted to as a leader, as a top world-class network marketing person or internet marketing salesperson, stamp it on whatever you want? What would those people be attracted to, and why would they come to you? And eventually, if you do it enough, you're going to have people hunting you down for you to sign them up. Wouldn't that be different? All right, so the last one is life is happening as me. Okay, there's to me, by me, through me, and life is happening as me. This is where you're in a zone, okay? In baseball terms, you're in a zone, okay? Have you ever been in a zone before where everything just clicks? And you don't have to think about it, you just do it. You become an unconscious competent. You don't even think about it, you just do it. Because you've gotten to a certain point where your skill levels have risen so much, where you've put all these different things in place that I've been talking about. You're polluting your mind with positive stuff. You're watching positive things. You're getting on calls. You just have this all-consuming aura around you of making your dream alive, and eventually life happens as you, because you're a living, breathing testament of your life plan. To me, by me, through me, and as me. Something to think about. Hope you guys enjoyed that a little bit. And what I like to do, it's about halfway through the call here, I'm going to switch gears totally and go into a little bit of the sales part of the call. And the sales part of the call today is dealing with a tool, okay? Way back when, I used to be called the tool guy, okay? And that's before I started really getting into say, hey, 90% of the business is mental, but I was focused on the techniques. And I came out with a book called MLMBlackBook.com. You want to check it out, MLMBlackBook.com. Still there. It's probably in its 7th printing already. But it's got 101 ways to build your business. And this is one technique that's not in there because I just found out about it. I thought it was really cool. And it's a tool. I look at it as a tool. And it's a tool that you can use to get better quality leads on your lead capture pages. Because if they know they're going to get a vacation voucher to a place in Mexico or U.S. or whatever, then they're more apt to put in accurate information because they put in fake information, they're not going to get it, right? So that's one thing. Number 2 is whatever program that you're promoting is to use it to be able to get a sale. Hey, act within 24, 48, 72 hours, you put it in, and we'll give you a vacation certificate to the spot of your choice, pick one. Or if someone's coming in to say a $500 level, I just pick a number, and you say, listen, I see you want to come into a $500 level that we have, great choice. And he said, listen, we have a special deal for you, and we also have a $1,000 product level, and if you come in within 72 hours, I'm going to give you a free vacation certificate to Puerto Vallarta, or whatever, or Orlando or Las Vegas or whatever. So you get to pick and choose what's right for whatever you're promoting, but it's a great way to use it because you can do this unlimited. Unlimited. It is $37 a month to do it, but it's a tool that you can do it unlimited. You can give away 1, 10, 100,000, 10,000 of these. It costs you $37 a month. So this tool is a leveraging mechanism to be able to help you do better in anything. And that could be online business, network marketing business, offline business. You're selling insurance. You're selling widgets. It doesn't matter. You think of the business, and you're giving them an incentive to come in for a free quote, an incentive to meet you for a business presentation that you're going to show them your coffee business, right? So everybody that comes into our hotel meeting gets a free vacation certificate. Whatever. Just let your dreams run wild. So I'm going to introduce Andy Small, and Andy Small is the president and owner of BookVIP and also a system called Advertising Bait. And we have a site and a link that goes, which is this. If you want to write it down, it's called Travel Bait, B-A-I-T, travelbait.com. And I want to let all our listeners know that if you're an affiliate of this system, or if you're here as a guest from someone, please use their link. This has an affiliate program to it, so full disclosure. If that bends you out of shape, then don't use it, okay? But it's not a network marketing program. It's just a tool, okay? And for $37 a month, you can use that unlimited. And Andy's going to explain kind of how this works, the inner workings of it, why it works, and some of the intricacies that I'm sure you have questions about. So Andy, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
I sure can. Where are you calling in from? I know you're over in Europe somewhere.
I'm in Budapest, Hungary.
I love it. You got to love this business.
It's about 7 p.m. here now.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Well, Andy, we've chatted a few times, and I was lucky enough to find out about your business through, her name is Rose, and she's one of my major players in my business, and thank goodness she did. And I saw it, and I said, wow, this is such an incredible tool to be able to offer to people for the different reasons I mentioned. Can you mention to the people that are on here a little bit about yourself, about the company, how it operates, and how this can be able to help them, and kind of some of the intricacies of how this whole thing works?
Sure. Yeah, I'm the founder and CEO of BookVIP.com, travel company based in Miami. We have offices in Asia as well. We started just over 4 years ago, and since then we spent about $23 million on Facebook ads alone. We generated almost 4 million Facebook followers and over $200 million in sales. And we started looking for a way to generate customer video testimonials and decided to use a method that's been used for years, which is the vacation incentive industry. And this industry, the vacation incentive industry, has been around for decades. Large sales organizations, companies have used this to generate billions of dollars in sales. There's a company that we actually do business with, the Greater Bank in Australia. They've done over $1 billion in loans by offering a switch to the Greater and receive a free vacation promotion. The problem is, though, that the upfront cost and ongoing costs have really just been too expensive for most people to get involved. But because of the volume of sales we were doing, we've sent almost 2 million people now on vacations in North America alone over the last 4 years. So we've been able to negotiate with our top resort partners to get their unsold inventory to create and fulfill our own vacation incentives. And since then, we've generated over 17,500 customer video testimonials, which is more than anyone else on the planet. And those video testimonials have generated millions of dollars in sales and referrals for our company. And about 6 months ago, we decided to basically bring this system to the public, and we created the new company called Advertising Bait, which really makes it affordable for anyone to get involved. Like I said, only $37 a month. You can issue unlimited vacation incentives. These incentives do not require any timeshare presentation at all, so there's no strings attached, other than depending on the location, they'll pay about $19.80 or so for the room taxes. Now these destinations we've got several destinations in the U.S. like Orlando, Las Vegas. Other places like Gatlinburg, Tennessee, Williamsburg, Virginia, Branson, Missouri. But we also have locations in Mexico as well, Cancun, Mazatlan, Acapulco, Puerto Vallarta. And, the resorts in Mexico, for example, we use the Mayan Palace resorts. I mean, these are top-notch 4-star beachfront locations. So some of these incentives, depending on the time of the year, have almost a $1,500 value, and all they have to do is cover the nightly room taxes. So it's an incredible value.
That's amazing. You said 17,000 video testimonials?
Yes, 17,500 video testimonials, and we've used those in our social media marketing, Facebook, Instagram, on YouTube, for example. Yeah, we've got almost 18,000 customer video testimonials, and the way we've done that is we offer a free vacation incentive just for them to pull out their phone while they're on vacation and do a quick review for us.
Wow, that's incredible. I know the power of videos is enormous out there. So so basically in the back office, after you become an affiliate, if you go to travelbait.com, after you become an affiliate or a customer basically of that part of it, when you go in the back there, you can just fill out a simple form. If you have a lead, okay, and you need to give this to someone, it's just name and email address, and if you can create what they call a business, okay, and if you have a different site or a different lead capture page system or a different product, if you're doing a portfolio of different companies, you can do it for unlimited companies that you happen to be part of, and then you just select which one you're doing it for. And then you hit the button, you select which one they want to go to. There's just like little radio buttons you can select. Hit the button, and the company will send them a certificate on your behalf in your name. So it takes all of a few seconds, and I believe also, Andy, you can upload a CSV file to that. Is that correct, too?
Yes, you can. You can upload a CSV file. Also, if you have the capability, we have an API, so you could if you're doing large volume, you can actually integrate our API into your web forms, and it completely automates the entire process. You have to do nothing. And we also work with like ClickFunnels. We have a webhook for ClickFunnels that automates that process, and we're in the process of integrating with other major platforms as well.
Great. So I was talking to someone yesterday, and they were a little confused with how this applies. So now offering this travel system, because they were selling insurance. So with this travel system, it's not where it's including a funnel. You're basically needing to create your own funnel, or they can use the Advertising Bait system to use their funnel. It does cost you money. ClickFunnels has a fee to it, but they have a funnel system set up there. But if you have your own funnel for your own network marketing company or your own that you're using yourself, it's just a matter of putting a video on there or just tweaking it a little bit to mention the vacation that they're going to get. And then after they fill out the form, then you can put that little API on the landing page after they fill out the form, and they can fill it out themselves to get the free vacation, so you don't have to do anything. Or you can collect that information, either put it in onesie-twosie in the back office or export a CSV file and then upload it to the system and do it in mass. That's how it works. So you're using this as a tool to help your lead capture page system, and to convert more sales. Like you said, the bank system in Australia, things like that. They're using it as incentives to get people to look at whatever they're promoting, and for doing that, they're going to give them a free vacation certificate. Does that make sense? Great. So, so Andy, can you go a little bit more into how this process works? Why and how can the Book VIP even afford to do this? How does that process? So if someone calls up and say, I want to take advantage of this, what's the process? How much does it cost? And are there upsells and so on? Just so full disclosure on how that works.
Sure. So let's say you gave a free 3-night vacation to Las Vegas. There we use the Westgate Las Vegas Resort, which is right off the Strip. There, it's one of the super nice resort. They actually have the largest sports book in Las Vegas inside their casino. So as soon as you issue a free vacation to them, they're sent a link via email. That link is basically it's customized to them. So they land on the landing page. It says, "Congratulations, John Doe. You've been awarded a free Las Vegas vacation. Compliments of." It'll have your name there. And they can either activate online or they can call our call center 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They are responsible for the nightly room taxes, which are $19.45. So once they pay that, they have 18 full months to call back in and to set their dates to use their vacation.
Nice. Okay. That's great. 18 months. That's good. Okay. So at that point, what else is there? I know some places, and I mean, even when I go to Atlantic City here around New York or someplace, they have these resort fees. So that's probably going to be. They should probably expect that as well too, which is pretty common.
Yes. Over 96% of the resorts in Orlando and Las Vegas have resort fees. So I think all but about 5 resorts in Las Vegas have resort fees. So that is expected as well. Our resort fees run from anywhere from $5 to $38 per night, depending on the resort, depending on the time of the year. And for example, in Mexico at the Mayan Palace, their resort fees were $14 per night. So you can get a 5-night vacation on the beach in Mexico for the taxes of about $98 and $14 per night for the resort fees.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry, how much did you say the taxes were?
Taxes are $19 in Mexico. It's $19.70 per night. So for 5 nights, you're looking at less than $99.
Wow, that's
for a 5-night vacation on the beach.
That's awesome. That's incredible. I was looking at some of the testimonials of some of the people that were showing that on the Facebook page, and they were saying how incredible it was because they went and tried it. And getting almost 18,000 video testimonials means there's got to be something to it. It's not just a thing, because if it was a thing, you wouldn't get that many testimonials over the period of time you have. So there's a lot of credibility involved there. And I might even go try it myself just to go try it.
One thing we recommend, we encourage you to do is to take one for yourself. And we do allow 1 vacation per member to go check it out for yourself. So you can go down and stay at the Mayan Palace Resort. All you're paying is the nightly room taxes and the resort fee, and that's it. So we encourage you to check that out. You can do that 1 time just so you can see it's for real. You can get pictures, bring everything back to show your clients.
Wow, that's great. Now there is an offer for them to have unlimited, right?
Yes. They can issue unlimited vacation certificates for their prospects and clients.
Okay, and so they can do unlimited, and when the person calls up, they can get just pay the room tax and so on. And if they want to take advantage of the unlimited type of resort where they can get all their food and drinks and everything included, they have an option of doing that as well?
Yes, we have that as well. So they can, if they want to just take the complimentary vacation you gave them, which is 5 nights, say in Cancun, for example, the Mayan Palace, they would pay the $19.70 per night room tax, which comes to less than $99, and the $14 per day resort fee. We do have other offers as well. Book VIP basically is the industry leader and discounted promotion vacations. So for an extra $199 per couple, they would include your unlimited meals, drinks, and alcohol for 5 nights for extra $199. That does require a 90-minute sales presentation at the resort one time during your stay if you were to take that upgrade. The upgrade is completely optional, but that would require the complimentary, the 90-minute sales presentation. But now you're getting a 5-night all-inclusive vacation, includes meals, drinks, alcohol, 5 nights. This is valued at like $2,500.
Yeah, that's great. And that's, again, it's optional. I read from one of the guys that said he had a great time, and he said, listen, I'm going and I'm going to be outside the resort going to all sorts of different places. I'm probably not even going to be on the resort most of the time, so they didn't take advantage of it, while other people said they did. It was no big deal, and they just had a great time having unlimited food and drinks and everything there. So it depends on what floats your boat and what you want to do and take advantage of, but that is definitely an option of doing that, and just so be aware of that. If you do use it, and refer people to it about the taxes, the resort fee, and an option of going unlimited if they want to, which it's a steal anyway, no matter how they look at it.
Definitely.
Yeah, great. Well, Anthony, anything else? Andy, anything else you want to pass on to people that they might be able to use this for their business or any kind of success? How many of these rooms did you guys give out and were used last month?
Last month, just for the Advertising Bait members, because we've used this ourselves, we've given over 120,000 ourselves. But last month alone, we had 1,247 people checking out the resorts. That's for the month of March, and in total, there was 5,013 room nights used last month. So that's what we fulfilled for Advertising Bait members last month alone.
And if you think about it, it's a great deal for the resort because that would be rooms that would go unbooked and they would have nobody in it.
Yeah, most definitely, because when the room's empty, they have zero revenue. When they have people in the rooms, they're getting people in the restaurants or spa, the different amenities they have there that they charge extra money for. So it's great for them. It's a win-win, and that's because of the volume we've been able to do. We've been able to get those rooms and pass them on to our customers and put people in the rooms.
Yeah, it's a great win all the way around. Now, in the back office, they also have, I don't know how many videos there, probably dozens of them that are already pre-done for dozens of different markets, whether they're traditional business, insurance, banking, network marketing, things like that. They're already available for you to download and use. There's short clips of, hey, fill this out, get a free complimentary vacation certificate, that kind of thing. And so they're ready to go. There's dozens of them back there. And they also have, for a menial cost, if you want to do one and have them customized for your specific company, they'll do that as well, too, for just it's pennies. It's really low. And this way you can have one customized for yourself as well, too, and kind of weave it into your presentation. So if you can imagine prospecting for your specific company and then you throw this in there as well, too, just think of the added potential that you would have as far as prospects, quality, as far as maybe sales being converted, and possibly upgrades. Is it worth $37 a month to do that unlimited? That's what you got to think about. So in my opinion, if you're marketing your business to any great degree, $37 is the cost of doing business.
Yeah, we have our full-time video team and on staff. We're updating and releasing new marketing videos each week. These are videos you can use in your social media, Facebook, Instagram. If we don't have a video for your industry that you're looking for, we'll create it for you free of charge and upload that in the members portal. Like I said, we have landing pages and lead funnels built in you can use as well. Another big thing, though, that we have, I mentioned that we spent over $23 million on Facebook over the last 4 years. Facebook has what they call their A-teams, their top 30 companies worldwide that they work with, and we're in that top 30. The other ones are Fortune 500 companies. So we've been able to do some serious things. We have access to things that most people don't. We have access to all the new ad technologies coming out, and we've created basically kind of took what we've learned over the last 4 years and created a product called Ultimate Facebook Secrets. And this is over 6 hours of step-by-step videos. It's basically the blueprint that we've used to do $200 million in sales using Facebook ads over the last 4 years. And we've actually included this free of charge for AdBait members. So when you join for $37 a month, You're also in your back office going to have access to this. It's 6 hours of training. This alone is worth thousands and thousands of dollars. This is worth millions of dollars in the right hands, because this is the blueprint we've used to basically blow away the entire travel industry on Facebook. If you look at companies like Orbitz.com, Travelocity, Priceline, these guys have less than 1 million followers. They've been around for 20 years. We've blown them away. We have almost 4 million followers, and we've done it in 4 years. And this is basically the blueprint that we use, and that's included for free as well in the back office.
Wow, that's incredible. That is worth probably a whole year's membership right there, just to get access to that. If you want to go into do Facebook ads, and why not? I mean, we do that ourselves in our company and our many things that we do, and I know individuals that do that as well. My son's 20 years old and he uses Facebook ads, so I'm definitely going to have him watch that and learn from people that have already done it before. That's actually incredible. Guys, travelbait.com, and again, if you were referred by someone that's already a member, please use their link. That is my link, travelbait.com. And again, $37 a month to be able to get access to give unlimited ones to people, all the stuff you mentioned. This also has an affiliate program. So if you decide after you become a customer you want to become an affiliate, there's a process to doing that. So it's very easy, but it's a process to doing that. And by referring people, you make 40% of that $37. So full disclosure, okay? So if you want to go and do that and you have a team of your people, then by all means sign up yourself and ask your team, hey, hold on, let me sign up first, and then you refer them. Okay, I'm not here for your money. Okay, I'm here to give you tools to help you build your business. So, if you have no one that's referred you so on, please use my link to do that, and we'll get you started and get you rolling, because it's a great tool to be able to help you build your business. So, hey, Andy, I want to thank you so much. Enjoy your time over there in Europe. I wish I could be there, but just very, very enlightening, some of the things that are available. And I know some of the people on the call here are like, wow, I didn't know that. And maybe some awareness ahas are coming out from people like, wow, I think I can really use this. And I think they certainly can as well, too. Any final closing comments you want to give, Andy, before we sign you off?
Yeah, I mean, this is by far the number one value in the marketing industry. The price that we're selling this at is just crazy. The other tools that we include in there alone are just crazy. So there's no commitments, there's no long-term contracts. You can jump in, try it out. If you don't like it, we'll even give your money back. But over 97% of the people that have joined have stayed with us. I mean, it's an incredible tool, incredible value.
Yeah, dynamite. Thank you so much, Andy. I really appreciate it. And guys, I want to thank you very much for coming on the call. First half hour, we did mindset training. Second call, we did this amazing tool by giving away vacation certificates to people. I think it's a great tool. It's going to help you in any business that you're doing online. Thank you very much, Andy Small, for coming on and doing that. At this time, I'd like to turn it over to Joe, our moderator, introducer, and closer for the call, and he's going to close it out today. Take it away, Joe.
Thank you very much, Peter Wolfing, and I want to thank you, Andy Small, as well, for coming out here. Awesome tools that are made available here every single Saturday, pretty much every single Saturday here on the Peter Wolfing Masterclass Master Training. The recording for this will be available on various sites that are promoted by Peter Wolfing and also on his SoundCloud page. Also want to remind you, next week in the same time slot, Peter has another special guest who's going to empower you and really show you how to turn up the heat when it comes to generating good, high-quality leads and conversions. And you throw something like this advertising bait piece in there and watch what happens to your business. Again, I want to thank everyone who joined us here today. Thank you very much again, Andy Small and Peter Wolfing. You're awesome. Thanks for bringing the content. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here next Saturday. Until then, everyone.